Really Reviews.
How's it going, Nico? We're back. It's been a while.
I have the dates. The last. So we filmed 2 episodes. We filmed Barbenheimer. We filmed that on July 23rd.
Yep.
Now it's August 17th.
Quick side note on those. They're doing really well, which is great for the movies. Yeah, both Barbie and Oppenheimer. I have been having an allergy attack the last couple of days, so if my voice sounds weird, that's why. I'm sorry. I apologize.
But take your pooping pills.
Nah, I need to take my pooping pills. How does it even work when you take allergy meds? Does it like stop your nose from running, or does it does it just diarrhea out of your nose?
No,
it doesn't. It doesn't diarrhea. It doesn't clear everything out.
No.
Yeah. I don't even know why I asked you that. I knew that. I've taken it before.
Stop you. Yeah. If you tried it, why do you need to ask?
I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny.
Actually, side note, back to the Barbie stuff. I'm kind of mad about Barbie.
Why?
Because it's well, I've said this to you. I would lower my score. But that's not. I'm not going to bother talking about that. My main gripe is, did you see the reports that allegedly it's going to finance like its own universe of Mattel movies based on just toys?
What are the other Mattel toys?
I think there was one like Hot Wheels.
Okay.
I think they might have. I don't know if they work with Hasbro. I'm not sure how that works. But I think they had G.I. Joe.
So they're just gonna. Well, I thought there were already G.I. Joe movies. They're gonna just turn the success of this one.
Hang on. There were like toy centered movies that they're planning to finance.
I mean, like, it's fine. I think what they did with Barbie was unique and interesting. Even if you didn't like it, it was unique and interesting. I haven't seen many other movies like it, and that was really good.
Oh, Polly Pocket, Barney, Hot Wheels.
Oh my gosh, Barney. I mean, Barney would be cool.
Wait, maybe they had
Barney,
Thomas...
the big purple dinosaur Barney.
Allegedly.
Whatever. Anyways, hopefully we don't have to review all those. We've already decided to boycott superhero movies for the rest of the year, basically.
Oh, Thomas and Friends, like Thomas the Tank Engine, American Girl. That's another one that they're gonna be. So it says, this is a variety article. It says, with dozens of children's toys on their film slate, 14 Mattel properties are in active development. 14.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's like.
That's
probably
too fast.
Yeah.
It could fizzle out, though.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, how many relatively does like Marvel and DC put out a year? They put out at least 3 to 4 movies,
Marvel at
right?
this point is doing 3 to 4, yeah.
3 to 4 movies.
DC, yeah, movies, yeah.
Okay.
And that, as well as Marvel's now doing like 2-3 TV shows, series per year. And DC is kind of doing that too. It remains to be seen with DC what they do with James Gunn. And I think Blue Beetle, they're technically saying is a part of the James Gunn universe, but I don't really think it is. So we're not going to see it.
I don't care. I'm not going to watch most of the movies.
Yeah, we're not going to see Blue Beetle. We're not going to see the Marvels. So if you're looking for superhero stuff, sorry, that's not happening here.
Let me just say, Ethan. No. Let me just say, hang on.
Every time.
No. Hang on. I have talked to Ethan, and I said, "Are you excited for Marvels?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Ethan, why?" I said, "I don't know."
That was it. He just said, "I don't know."
He was interested.
But he just has no reasoning as to why.
He's like, "I don't know. It could be good." He's like, "There are good things. I liked the first Captain Marvel." I said, "Okay, but that doesn't mean this one's going to be any good."
He's letting me down.
I told him he doesn't have to go in with any good expectations for this movie. He doesn't even have to go watch this movie. But I know him. You know him.
Yeah.
Ethan, please don't.
Yeah, all right. All right, let's get into the review.
Wow, did you just get possessed?
Talk to Me is a movie directed by the Philippous, I think.
Yeah, Danny and Michael Philippou. Budget $4.5 million. Distributed by A24 and Umbrella Entertainment.
Yeah, it's an Australian movie, and these two dudes
YouTubers,
just like us.
YouTubers.
Yeah, they're YouTubers, which I think is pretty cool.
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
considering I don't know if they have any formal film projects or other background that they've worked on besides YouTube, but I thought they did pretty good.
Like production quality wise, like how well made this thing was, like yeah, it stands right up to anything else that you're seeing releasing in theaters right now. It's really good in terms of how well made it was. That being said, like I don't think we're gonna be talking very long about it because it wasn't the most boundary breaking thing I've seen. Actually, from a horror perspective, I think it didn't break that many boundaries. I think it is somewhat unique, really well made, but it wasn't lasting like something like Barbarian was or X.
Watcher
was pretty good. Watcher was... the more time I sit with Watcher, I'm not as excited about it. It was just another well-made piece. I don't know.
That was a good thriller.
It's a good stalker thriller type movie. Yeah, sure.
That was a good one.
But yeah, this movie's really well made. The things that I really liked about it, I'll let you talk about what you liked about it. I thought the acting was pretty good, especially from the main cast. It's pretty good. The lead was really good. She was fantastic. It was...
Are you a morbhead or a watcher or a talk to me?
I'm a morbhead. Morbhead always.
Morbhead always. Yeah, everybody was good at acting. I think the acting was really good in this movie.
Yeah. Sound design was also pretty good.
So
we had gripes with it, but I thought like some of the recurring sounds really good, like some of the water stuff and then the scratching, really good stuff.
Sure, I guess, but I've heard that in other ones.
Yeah, it I was telling you this on the way home. It is hard. Horror is a genre that's really hard, I think, to avoid making things line up with tropes of the genre, and I think this is a little bit victim to that. But it still did everything really well. Like, it definitely scared me. It definitely had some really gross moments that, like, really disturbed me.
The gore is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing that stood out to me was how, like, gory and gross it was.
Yeah.
And I also want to shout out, I saw a video that the director's talking about trying to make a horror movie that would exist in the digital world we're in with phones. And I thought it did a really good job of that. Like, it wasn't too cheesy, but it was like, oh yeah, when someone's possessed and some crazy shit's happening, everyone's whipping out the phones and the flashlights and the cameras and everything. Yeah. You can't avoid it, and they really added that element in a way that wasn't cringe, but it also just made sense.
Did you see the trailer for that one Texas Chainsaw movie that was like the reboot recently?
Did it come out? Did the movie come out already?
Yeah, it came out like a couple years ago.
I didn't
There's a terrible trailer. I bet the movie's also equally as bad, but like, I think he starts like beating some guy on a bus, and like a bunch of millennial Gen Z guys, they just go, "Dude, stop! I'm recording you."
Yeah, that's so stupid. That's not how people would react.
Yeah, nobody would ever do that.
Yeah,
I think they did it pretty well.
Yeah,
you're right that it wasn't cringy. It was like pretty accurate to how people normally act.
Yeah, the people they reacted appropriately to what was happening for the most part, which obviously was absurd. It's a horror movie. This stuff's always absurd. Yeah, what did you like about it?
Well, they didn't cancel Leatherface in this movie, so I can't I liked it. I don't know. I hate that we've recently been seeing movies and then I have to like tell people I liked it, and then as soon as we say something slightly negative, I feel like I'm bringing it down a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how to formulate what I'm trying to express here, but like, the movie's good, well shot. Cinematography, I think it's maybe average. I don't remember anything.
There were no problems with it, so at the very least it was good.
No, but like visually, it wasn't anything crazy where there were any lasting images. Special effects were pretty good. I don't know how much of it was VFX, how much of it was practical. I would like to know. Some of it was interesting. Music was cool. I didn't mind it. Yeah, I don't have many gripes. It's just small things.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. It's you know what you're getting into with a horror movie. It's pretty wild. It has some wild moments. That's what you're getting into with most horror movies. I'll just ask you this. Is it worth the price of admission? Because it is hard to say, like, oh yeah, we have some gripes, but we also really liked it.
Yeah,
was it worth price of admission?
I think bottom line is a big deal here. if you like horror movies, yes, it's worth the price of admission. I think this is one of those, I don't want to say like genre encapsulating type of films, but I think it summarizes horror as a genre pretty well. At least modern horror. With, some of the shock value. Like, I think there were certain elements that they used a little bit too many times just to throw in the shock value. But there was at times that it looked great. There were times that it fit really well, that it made sense in the whole sequence.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree with that, with you saying if you like horror, go see it.
Otherwise,
I would go a little farther with that. I would say, like, even if you casually like horror, like, because I don't want to make it sound like, oh, just go see it if you're a horror fan. Even if you've like gone to the theater before, or even at home watched a horror movie and you've somewhat enjoyed yourself, I think this is worth the price. Like, I think this is going to be a fun time. You're not going to walk away disappointed from it. You'll be satisfied.
Yeah, personally,
it scratches the itch.
Personally, as somebody who doesn't always just go around watching horror movies, I would wait for this to come to streaming, because the theater we were in was pretty loud.
Yeah.
And I think the movie itself is pretty loud.
The movie itself was loud. I think it was a combination of the theater.
So if you don't want to be like super heightened, adrenaline pumping through you the whole movie, wait until it comes to streaming or whenever. Otherwise, go support it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
Yeah. And I do also just want to say before we score it, these guys, I think, clearly have some talent as writer, director. I don't think they both wrote it. I think only one of them wrote it, or wrote it with another guy. They have some writer, director talent. They clearly have filmmaking talent. I think support it for that. I think it's already done well, but support it on that merit, because I think whatever these guys do next could be more genre bending or just break out of that box a little bit more. Like, they proved that they could do it really well within the confines of a standard horror film. So I think maybe more people will give them a shot to do what they want to do. And maybe they'll go take that extra creative leap and go beyond where they are now. I think that they have the potential to do that based on
I think they could put their fingerprint, leave their mark somehow, and make their own. I don't know what to say exactly. Like, how Jordan Peele has his own kind of themes and vibes and things that he puts out into his movies. I think these guys could definitely do it.
Yep. And he's a guy similar sort of, I don't know. I mean, they kind of blew up on YouTube. They started on Comedy Central, Key and Peele, but they could definitely reach the heights that Jordan Peele has reached, I think. I think these guys made that good of a product here. Even though it wasn't like the best thing I've seen or the best horror movie I've seen, it definitely it showed me that they have potential.
But are we certain this is their directorial debuts?
It is for a feature film.
Okay.
I'm sure of that, yeah.
Well, that's a great start.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a really good start.
Yeah.
But here, I want to mention some interesting... Wait, do you have a score?
I'm ready to give a score if you are.
Okay.
And then you can
tell me yours.
Whatever interesting tidbit.
Okay.
My score, I'll go 7.6. 7.6. It was, I think, right into that threshold of like good to really good. It's just a quality movie, and you know what you're walking into. You're not expecting a storytelling character masterpiece, but you get a satisfying horror movie here.
Yeah. I will say it's good to really good on our scale, which I don't even know if they can see it in the shot.
Yeah, whatever.
On our scale, I'll say it's a good to really good 7.3. I only lower it just a little bit. We'll talk maybe briefly about some spoilers if you want.
Yeah.
But I'm also not like the biggest horror fan, so this movie isn't really up my alley.
And I'm not either, full disclosure, but like I can appreciate it.
I
think I like him a little more than you do, maybe.
Sure, objectively, it's a good movie. Objectively, it's a good time.
Yeah.
You'll get scared, maybe. I was. I mean, maybe not scared, but I was kind of. Antsy.
Yeah, you get a little frightened, but that's what you want. That's what you want with one of these.
Yeah, that's what you want. So, relative to other movies that we've seen in the horror genre, this is pretty good. It's pretty solid, right?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, definitely not on the lower end. It didn't, and I'll even say for ones that I liked, like Hereditary, I didn't enjoy the ending as much, but the ending didn't really upset me. We can get into spoilers if you want.
Sure.
What was your interesting little tidbit you were about to tell me?
Oh, I wanted to tell you the scores that I see on the Google page.
Oh yeah, sure. What are people scoring this
on IMDb? It's 7.4 out of 10.
Okay.
Did I even say my score?
Yeah, you said 7.3,
I just did. Rotten Tomatoes is at 95%, and then 54% of people like this movie, according to Google users.
Interesting. Why?
And then when you scroll down to audience rating summary, it has 3.6 stars from Google.
Huh.
So the scores are all over the place.
Yeah.
But I'd recommend the movie.
I don't know why. I don't know. Like, I don't know what there is to dislike here, unless you just don't like horror movies. I don't think there's a lot to dislike.
No, I thought this was a pretty good run-of-the-mill horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what are the things you didn't like?
I don't know. I know a lot of the stuff you didn't like was like suspending your disbelief, which I think you have to with, you know, they're being possessed by an inanimate object.
No,
like,
there's
you have to suspend your disbelief from the first minute of the movie.
Sure. It's just like the thing that I couldn't totally get behind or believe was you see the main girl, basically she eggs on her best friend's little brother to go and try the thing.
Yeah.
He suffers this grisly attack from these spirits.
Yeah.
And then the sister of the brother and his mom both get angry at her, like super infuriated. And then maybe 30 minutes in the movie later on, they just kind of forgive her. And then they're like, okay, we're sorry. You're still a friend. You're still part of our family.
Yeah, it
didn't seem right.
It did feel weird from like a character story pacing perspective, and I think I'm gonna sound like a broken record with everything I've been talking about recently. I'm like, oh yeah, screenplay issues. It's like they make you care about some characters. We don't need to go heavy spoilers. Like, I don't want to say who they are, but there's several characters. They make you care about them, and then they act irrationally or do something weird, and so it kind of falls flat. So like when the characters have personal struggles going on in the movie that just kind of are set up really well, but then just don't follow through, and I want to know more before it can just cut it off. And honestly, that's one of those things. They kind of just act irrationally, and they're like, oh, it's fine, you know, after like hating her from the beginning. Yeah. But like, why did the mom even hate her from the beginning? Because the mom didn't even know. None of the kids were telling them.
Yeah.
It was whatever. I don't know. That was my problem with it generally. The story wasn't like stellar and the characters weren't stellar, but it's also hard to critique that because I don't think that was the point of the movie.
Yeah.
So,
but this was also only their first movie. Yes, but B-U-T-T. This was only their first movie. So
yeah, thank you for emphasizing that. Yeah.
I feel like we have to always take notice of that.
Yeah.
If it's one of those early projects from a creative.
Yeah. I'm impressed. I am impressed with their first project. I think that they have some really good stuff on the horizon, I'm sure. They have the potential to do it for sure.
Yeah. In terms of A24,
I'm glad they funded their distributed this.
Right?
Like,
would you say that they still have a good track record of not having a single bad movie by A24?
I mean, I haven't seen all of them, so I can't really speak to that directly. But
the
ones I've seen, I haven't seen a bad A24 movie. They know how to recognize something that's quality, and this is quality.
So. I don't know what they're drinking over there at A24, but they haven't done a DC. They haven't done a Marvel. You know, they haven't just been slapping movies around nonstop, you know?
Yeah.
Everything they put out has been at least good or solid.
Yeah. It's the selective nature of their distribution that has made them successful, I think. That's all that I've got to say about it. Anything you want to add?
I don't know. This is probably the front runner for best horror we're gonna see. I don't know how many more horror movies.
Maybe. I'm trying to think if I saw anything else this year so far. I don't think I really have. Well, in October usually there's some.
Unless if you want to count Beau is Afraid.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see some more in the coming months, I'm sure. We'll be back soon with Ninja Turtles. But until then, thank you for listening.